Hi everyone, we are going to talk about a question today which is considered as one of the most difficult by most of the students. That is true, false, not given in reading. Now why is it considered difficult? Maybe because you don't know how exactly you need to solve this question and you end up finding the incorrect answers for the same. So let's learn how exactly you can find out the answers. What are the things that you should keep in mind for this? Now, when we come to true, false, not given, first of all, we have to make sure that we understand what it means. When it says true, false, or not given, you have to understand that it is talking about the fact in the question in your reading module. Now, if the statement of the question is something exactly that you find in your reading passage as well, then it is absolutely true. If you find a contradictory statement in your passage and question, then it is not true, it is absolutely false. So I hope we understand the clear distinction between the two. So not true, not given, on the other hand, is something that most of the students struggle with because they start looking for the information in the entire passage when they can't find the information. Once you're sure that you have located the information, this is something that you have to figure out if it is not given or it is given. So not given is simply something that is not given. I can't explain it more simply. So now, when we talk about how to solve it exactly, I'm going to show you an example and let's see if we can understand through that example. So this is the test that I've taken from Cambridge book. And it talks about a passage in which we talk about valuable spice. So I've already located the answer, but I'm not going to share it right now. We'll go through the process step by step. Now, if you read the question, first of all, it is up to you what strategy do you want to apply? What is more comfortable to you? So it is one of the strategies that I'm sharing with you. Try it, figure out if it's something that you're comfortable with. Now, in this strategy, first of all, you always first understand the question. When I say understand the question, it doesn't mean you have to mark the keywords, you have to read the question, you have to do something else with it. No, most of the students just start marking keywords and then they find out keywords in the paragraph, which should not be the case. You must understand the statement first. So it says, in the Middle Ages, most Europeans knew where nutmeg was grown. Now, do you understand the question? If you don't, pause the video and first understand. What is the statement trying to say? And you have to focus on each and every word, because even if one thing changes in the passage, then that means your answer can also change. So it says, in the Middle Ages, most Europeans. Now here you have to focus on Europeans and most, both. Sometimes students forget to focus on most. In the reading passage, it is given maybe some or few. Even that can change the answer. So you have to focus on these small words as well. Now, most Europeans knew where nutmeg was grown. Now, when I understand this statement, I know what I have to look for. So first of all, I will locate the information. So since we don't want to waste much time in locating, this is not locating lesson. I have located the information, which is here throughout this period. And if you notice that all the answers are given always in order, you don't have to go back to find out your answers when you progress through your questions. So once I've located the answer, read the statement. What does it say? Throughout this period, the Arabs were the exclusive importers of the spice to Europe. They sold nutmeg for high prices to merchants based in Venice, but they never revealed the exact location of the source of this extremely valuable commodity. Now, go to your statement once again. Do you think it matches with your statement? In the Middle Ages, most Europeans knew where nutmeg was grown. You can read the statement again. You can pause the video and think of the answer. Does the statement say that? Now, when you are reading this, make sure you're paying attention to each and every word. So it is talking about Europeans. Throughout this period, the Arabs were the exclusive importers of the spice to Europe. They sold nutmeg for high prices to merchants based in Venice, but they never revealed the exact location of the source of this extremely valuable commodity. So, does the statement say that they knew? No, it doesn't say that. So something that contradicts your main question statement, that they knew where nutmeg was grown, then you will answer it false because it is contradicting what is given in your question. Now, moving on to the second one. The VOC was the world's first major trading company. What do? First, you locate the answer, which is pretty easy. You can locate your answers just by looking at the synonyms, the words. Always understand that in your reading passage, they will not give you the exact words sometimes. The VOC is something that you can't change. VOC will stay VOC. Was the world's first major trading company. So it will talk about trading company. So it will be easy for you to locate the answer. Where is that it talks about trading company? You will be able to locate the answer, which is here, VOC trading company. Now, if we understand the question, first of all, we always have to understand the question. The VOC was the world's first major trading company. It says first, it says major, it says trading, it says company. You have to focus on each and every word. You can't just skim it. It is not a question in which you require skimming. You have to pay attention to each and every word that has been said in the question. So once I understand the statement that the VOC was the world's first major trading company, I have to go back and understand what this statement is saying. Dutch merchants founded the VOC, a trading corporation better known as the Dutch East India Company. And if you read further, 1617, VOC was the richest commercial. The company had these many employees, a private army of this. So if you even read the entire paragraph, you can pause the video, an entire paragraph, just read it. Where is the information given that it was the first trading company? Does it say anywhere? It says in 1602, it was founded by Dutch merchants. It says it's a trading corporation. It is better known as Dutch East India Company. And then you read the entire paragraph. Is there anywhere that you can find this statement? The VOC was the world's first major trading company. No, it is not given because it is never stated in the paragraph that it was the first or last or when was this. Like comparatively to other companies, what was the rank of this company in its establishment? So you have to understand, if it talks about being first major trading company, is that information given in the question? Now moving on to the last one. Following the Treaty of Breda, the Dutch had control of all the islands where nutmeg grew. Now you have to make sure you again focus on each and every word of the statement. The Treaty of Breda, the Dutch had control of all the islands where nutmeg grew. Do you have the understanding of the statement? You cannot solve true-false questions if you do not understand the statement. You can only solve it by understanding the statement. Now, if you go and locate it in the passage, let's say you do locate it, the Treaty of Reda in 1667. So it says if the British would give them the island of Run, they would in turn give Britain a distant and much less valuable island in North America. The British agreed. So the Dutch now had a monopoly over the nutmeg trade, which would last for another century. Go back to the statement again. What does it say? Following the Treaty of Reda, the Dutch had control of all the islands where nutmeg grew. Do you see it happening in this question? That if the British would give them the island, they would in turn give Britain a distant and much less valuable island in North America. The British agreed. So again, they will not give you the answers directly. You will have to deduct it from the statements. Yes, of course, they agreed. Then they had the Dutch had the control over the island. The Dutch now had a monopoly, which is actually ruling by one party over the nutmeg trade, which would last for another century. There was nobody involved. So you have to understand if it is given in synonym ways or in paraphrased way, you have to identify that. But you have to understand what the statement is saying and in the question, and then what is the statement saying in your reading paragraph. If you understand the statement, then you will be able to identify. Do not overthink this. Just understand each statement and you will be able to identify your answers. If you still struggle, practice it for 4 or 5 times. If you still struggle, please let me know. We will try another strategy for the same question and upload a video for the same. Thanks a lot for joining.